So I have a very interesting history with Baby Metal. First of all, they're amazing. They're great. They're doing wonders for the metal scene. But also, when I listened and reviewed their sophomore album of Metal Alliance, it was the first review that cracked 1,000 views. And it went on to get over 5,000 within 24 hours. And it was the first time that I was like, oh, more than just 100 people watched my videos. So, it kind of gave me the confidence boost that I needed to really continue on and develop it. So, yeah, I owe my own little thanks to Baby Metal. So, let's dive in and talk about their next album release. The Other One, all in caps, by Baby Metal, also all in caps. Baby Metal is a great little gig from Japan. 3 women originally started off this band, and they're kind of in that same vein as a lot of the pop stars from Japan, kind of like the J-pop. But what sets these guys apart is obviously they're a metal act. And so they have a lot of that same flavors as the Idol scene. You can kind of see the committee behind these girls. What's serviceable is that, they put out some really good metal music. They really, really do. Getting in a lot of great session musicians, a lot of great live musicians as well. And they put on one hell of a live show, to the point where a lot of their backup dancers are kind of enfolded into the band themselves. So the band is comprised of the 3 leading vocalists of Su Metal, or Suzuka Nakamoto, Moa Metal, which is Moa Kikuchi. I really hope I got that one right. And then Yuta Metal. So they're all different metals. And Yui Manzuno. And they were all, dancers, singers, the triple threat. They have quite a roster of, as I mentioned, studio and touring musicians to help kind of elevate their music up. Now, unfortunately, between their last album and this one, Yui Metal unfortunately had to leave due to health reasons. And the band was kind of shook because they were always known as a trio of a band. And Su Metal and Moa Metal didn't quite know if they were going to continue. It wasn't quite, is this something that they can carry on as a duo? And working together, working with the studio, they decide, this is something that we can do. And they have a few more backup dancers to help replace Yui Metal with Ryo Sayashi, Kyo Fajihira, and Momoko Kayakzu. Oh boy. 3 backup dancers. I really need to stop trying with some of these names. Love you guys. You guys are great. One of the things that I will at least admit with, the last album, with their 2019 album of Metal Galaxy, it was fine, but I wasn't as excited about it as I was their Metal Resistance and their self-titled work. So now we come into The Other One. The consistency of this album is really what's doing it. The 2 women of Su Metal and Moa Metal are doing an amazing job at this point being a duo. They are lifting one another up and really balancing their act. The variety of different soundscapes and different ideas that they have on this album without sacrificing that unifying sound of Baby Metal is really, it needs to be applauded. I love that they're playing around a little bit as well with different styles. I'm hearing a little bit of dubstep, a little bit of EDM, a little bit of electronica found on this, but always encircled in metal music. It's always got that big oomph, meaty metal around it. And I love the meat that's found on here, the brutality that's found on here. Maya, the 4th track, is a heavy hitting, just punch to the heart. I love the drive, the oomph on there. It's got some really interesting blast beats. Love the guitar work that's found on here. And I know this might be a little controversial, but my favorite track on here really is the 7th track of Metalism. Maybe it's Metalism. Again, whenever a song is all in caps, I get excited. And man, this is the one that I was saying, it's flouting with different styles of expression, different flavors on it. We're getting some EDM, we're getting some drop beats, dubstep in that case, but I love the flow. It's got a little bit of like an Eastern flair to it, like an Indian Bollywood feel to it a little bit. Within the flow of the track, within the kind of bounce on it, and it really does provide such a brilliant and amazing listen to it. And it still has that traditional kind of idol pop from Japan that we all kind of come to and love, with like time wave and monochrome. You know, it's very poppy, it's very colorful, it's very fun, but again, it never really dips itself into that over bubblegum pop aspect of the idol pop. It always kind of keeps itself into that metal aspect. And just look at the third track of Mirror Mirror, that has this griping menace to it. It's got this overproduced oomph about it that I can't help but love. And the album ends on a brilliant and lovely closer with The Legend. Again, you gotta love a track title all in caps. Love how big, how meaty this track is, and it's getting me flavors of like a really good anime end credits scene more than anything else. You know, you're seeing the credits go by, you're getting flashbacks to whatever anime you were watching, and it just gives you this nice warm feeling about it as well. In the end, I feel like the girls are really, really maturing. You know, they're coming into their own. I can feel their influence a lot more on this, and not just the committee that's standing behind them throughout the recording process. I love the personality that's found on here. They're trying different things, and more often than not, it's working very, very well in their favor. And I like the fact that even though they're trying all these different things, at the end of the day, it's all still very baby metal. It's still very much their signature sound. I'm really excited to see where they go from here and how they continue to develop their sound and develop their flavor. I really do think that baby metal is doing something that we desperately need in the metal community. They're doing something new. They're trying a different flavor. They're incorporating different ideas and flavors into a genre that might be considered stagnant and stale at this point. So I love the fact that they're coming in, ruffling some feathers, trying something new, and really making waves. I've been loving this album. I think you guys should really, really enjoy this one as well. And I will say the other one by BABYMETAL is one I would absolutely pick up in physical format. Even though this one doesn't have any of my new favorite tracks, you know, the one is still going to be forever my favorite track from BABYMETAL. I think this might be the most consistent album that the band has ever put out, and the most enjoyable start to finish listen as well. I've been having a blast, and I think you guys should check it out. It gets the note seal of approval. If you haven't listened to BABYMETAL yet, I think this is a great entry point. I think you'll have a really good time. You know, if you want to try something different, I think you'll really enjoy it. And that's what I've got for the other one from BABYMETAL. What did you guys think about this album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever you thought, please let me know by commenting down below. And that's all I've got. That's all I've got for you guys today. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.